Welcome everyone to this briefing brought to you by the Israel Defense and Security Forum, IDSF. Today I am sitting down with Colonel Oren Zini, who is the former Jenin and Tulkarm Brigade Commander, which is an area in Judea and Samaria, and is the current Staff Brigade Officer of the North Brigade of Gaza. He is a colonel right now in reserves, has been fighting for a very long time on the ground in Gaza. Colonel, it's a great honor to be able to sit with you and talk with you right now.
Thank you very much.
Maybe we can start and you can share what is happening right now in Gaza to the extent that you can share with us.
Okay. The main issue in Gaza Strip now is preparation. All of the units, 4 or 5 divisions, are preparing to infiltrate to the city Gaza. We did a lot of operation in all the settlements close to the city, in Bet Hanun, Bet Laia, Jebalia, Khan Yunis, Rafiah. You know all of those names. The Hamas have a lot of preparation inside Gaza, in the buildings. You have bunkers. Maybe some of the hostages are there, and we need to go there to bring them back and to defeat the Hamas organization.
And are you able to share a little bit about the evacuation of the Gazan people from Gaza City that is being discussed? What does that look like operationally? How dangerous is that for your soldiers? How long does that take?
We are doing our best, believe me. It's very, very difficult because the Hamas avoid them to go to the south area. He is shooting over them. He wants all the people to stay in Gaza as a protector of his own people. But we have a lot of solution to that. We are almost surrounding all the Gaza Strip, all over. We have a lot of aircraft in the air, so they shooting if they saw the Hamas to allow the people to go south. I think until now about 100,000, 150,000 already left, but there are more. I wish in the end of this week most of the people will be outside the Gaza Strip.
And Colonel, we've been at war now for 23 months, almost 2 years, and the army knows how to fight in Gaza, knows how to surround cities and enter and clear them out. Can you maybe share with us lessons learned, or the level of complexity of the current operation that the army is facing versus things that have already happened over this war?
Very good question. We also ask ourselves every day, how come we arrived to almost 2 years of a war? But you need to be in Gaza to understand. It's not, we don't have only one city in the name Gaza. We have 2 cities. One of them is on the ground, and one of them is underground. They build for 10 years almost, a new city underground with a lot of bunkers, a lot of tunnels, and they knew that when they will need to be there, to take the hostages there, and to escape from the IDF, they can stay over there for years. They have a lot of supply, food and water supply, I think for 1 more year. So it's very, very complicated. And I think we also did some mistakes. We did a lot of raids, like we go inside, we're taking control of a small area in Bet Hanun, Bet Laia. We're going out. This is the meaning of raid. We didn't take control and stay in the area. Every 2 months, taking control and go back. Taking control and go back. And we lost a lot of soldiers because of that, because we gave the Hamas the opportunity to put a new mines or explosives in those buildings, and we came back, and unfortunately, we lost a lot of soldiers. From the beginning of the war, I'm saying that we need to take control all over Gaza Strip and not going back until we have a ceasefire or agreement. Until then, we need to stay in the area, take control of the area, defeat on the ground and underground the Hamas soldiers, and to bring back our 48 hostages.
And would you say that at this point in the war, you're happy with the way things are progressing, in that it's no longer these limited operations, but you're staying in a location and taking control? Is it happening right now the way you want it to happen?
Unfortunately, it took a lot of months. I thought we need to do it much more earlier, but now I see the preparation of the division. I see how much the soldier and the high motivation to accomplish the mission. We didn't accomplish the mission until now. They still throwing rockets to the road and to the area. We need to stop it immediately. And the only way, in my perspective, to defeat the Hamas, to stay in the area, to infiltrate to the city, to the big city in Gaza, to kill all the Hamas soldiers. Maybe there they will, in the other side, they will agree to assign a ceasefire and to bring back our hostages.
And are you able to comment on the tunnel structure within Gaza City right now? Is that going to pose the greatest challenge, meaning not the war above ground,
This is the most
but the war
challenge
below the
from the
ground?
beginning of the war. I was personally in some of the tunnels in Bet Hanun. You cannot imagine what they create over there. It's not a small. We can imagine a small tunnel that people trying to. It's a huge. We are talking about huge tunnels. In the 7th of October, they could get through the tunnels with vehicles, and every vehicle with 10 or 12 terrorists. And the real meaning that they want to get to Ashkelon and Ashdod city, but they came to Nahal Oz, Be'eri. They saw the celebration in the Nova party, and they stayed there. But their planning was to infiltrate to Ashkelon and Ashdod. If they succeeded to do that, it's not 1,000 or 2,000 deaf people. It's about 10 or 20,000 deaf people. It's a totally unbelievable what they did in the underground tunnels, and it's a challenge, a big challenge. But I think we have a good technology now. We learned a lot of things during the last 2 years, and we are ready to fight them even in the big city, Gaza.
And what can you share with us about the morale of the reservists, the readiness of the reservists to complete this war and to keep fighting? Meaning, you're a colonel on the ground in Gaza. You interface with the army every day. What is your sense of the morale of the people?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. People left their work, their homes, their families. There are people that it's the first time or fifth time that they call back to join the reserve units. A huge motivation, unbelievable. They are doing that because the commitment to their units, to their friends, to their commanders, and to their country. And everybody knows that if we are not going to accomplish our mission, it's going to be our children's mission. And we don't want to reach about 15 years from now that our kids going to fight, and we said, okay, it was our job to do that, but we didn't. Huge motivation.
That's wonderful to hear. And I imagine in your close to 2 years now in this war in Gaza, you have come into contact with the civilian population, meaning the Gaza civilians who are not officially Hamas fighters. I'm curious if you can share your thoughts on the civilians of Gaza and the extent to which you see any possibility of reforming, of changing, of reprogramming that population as the war comes to an end.
I'm very sorry about my answer, but in the 7th of October, I saw most of the people giving candies and chocolates to the people and celebrating the killing of babies and raping our daughters. So, unfortunately, I don't have any feeling to those people. For years, they know that the Hamas create those infrastructure all over the Gaza Strip. They digging tunnels. They know everything, and they didn't do anything to stop that. Even today, you can hear people that support the Hamas. Yeah, they are suffering. They are suffering, but not because of the IDF. They are suffering because their decision, because the Hamas is making suffering to the two sides. And I don't know. I don't know if I can trust them one day. Sorry about this answer, but in the other side of the border, they are very bad people. Very bad people. I don't care about them. I care about the Jewish people.
And let me ask you, if I can, as we noted in the beginning, you commanded in Jenin, Tulkarem, in the Judea and Samaria area. So no doubt you've come into contact with the civilians over there under the PA rule. Is there any difference in the perception of Israel, of Jews, and their hatred between people living in Gaza, in Judea and Samaria, as you've experienced it?
Yeah, I think that the people that living in Judea and Samaria a little bit different. They don't like not the soldiers and not the Jewish people, but they are not fanatical like in Gaza. Not fanatical, and some of them want to live regular lives to bring money to their children and wives and live regular lives. But still, even in Judea and Samaria, we have a lot of enemies, Hamas and Jihad Islamic, and even Daesh, the ICC, ACC, I don't remember. I, even ISIS in Judea and Samaria. But for your question, yes, there is a difference between the people in Gaza and Judea and Samaria.
Okay, and are there any stories, any experiences you can share with us that you've gone through over these past close to 2 years?
I have so many stories because every day is a new story. You know, I have so many wonderful soldiers. I really love them. Every morning I see them with the motivation. They are willing to sacrifice their lives for the Jewish people, for the Israeli country, and I'm impressed every day from those kind of people. I can share with you one story that I have with one soldier. One of my soldiers asked me if he can go out every Shabbat to. He told me that his father passed away 1 year ago from a disease. He was very sick, and there is anyone in his family can say kiddush to his mother. He has two small brothers, and they didn't have a bar mitzvah, so he is the only one can say kiddush for his mother. So he asked his commanders to come to me. I am as a battalion commander in those days, and I don't know why I allow him, because I wanted someone to say Kiddush to his mother. I cannot say yes to everyone because I need soldier even in Shabbat, in Gaza Strip, in Jenin, all over. We have a lot of enemies. Uh, Unfortunately, 1 week after, three Hamas terrorists came close to us, and they killed him with another two soldiers. And I came to his family. I met his mother, Adassa Avdati, in Patish village. It's a village close to Ofakim. And I asked his mother if she knows how much he cared about her, and what was his last request from me, only to go out every Shabbat to say Kiddush, and he want to stay, be a fighter, a warrior in the Israeli army, how much he is proud to be in Givati brigade. And unfortunately, after 1 week, and I asked her if in this week, in the last Shabbat, he came, and she told me, unbelievable. In the last Shabbat, he was at home. He said Kiddush, and she asked him, how come all of his friends stay in Gaza, and he is the only one uh, got the permission to go home? And now she understood from me why he was there, and I was so happy. Even this very sad situation, so happy that he succeeded one Shabbat to reach the Kiddush with his mother and small brother. And believe me, Moshe, we have so many stories about our great, brave soldier in the IDF. Everyone is a old war. Everyone have his own family, his own story, and unfortunately we lost more than 900 soldiers until today. Only yesterday we lost 4 soldiers in a tank. The Hamas killed the commander of the tank, the officer, and throw explosive inside the tank. And unfortunately, all the 4 soldiers, the 4 warriors, killed in the same time. So it's a very, very complicated and sad situation, but still, we are not, still with a high motivation, still fighting for the opportunity to live in the Israeli state. We saw what happened to us when we tried to be in Europe or other countries. They burn 6 million Jewish people, so we don't have any other choice. This is our only country. We need to keep fighting, and I have a great appreciation to the audience in America. I have a lot of friends there. I know how much they care about us, about the country, about the IDF, how many donations they gave from the beginning of this war, and I have a lot of appreciation even to the people abroad in the States.
Amazing. And Oren, I know that you've also experienced a good number of miracles, as you call them, throughout your time in Gaza. Is there one you'd feel comfortable with sharing with our audience?
I can give you only one example, but if you want, I can come and share with you a lot of miracles, unbelievable miracles that I during the operation, during the war. I can share with you even one now. It was 2 weeks with cloudy sky. And what is the meaning of cloudy sky? The meaning is we cannot using all the aircraft, the drones. We don't have eyes on the enemy. It was 2 weeks that we are throwing a lot of massive fire to the area. But when I got the command from my commander, Oren, take your brigade and go inside, I watched the sky. It was clean. I don't know how. In 1 hour, no clouds. clean sky. I spoke with my friend in the fighter helicopters and a lot of drones. I got all the information need to go inside the Zaytun village, and we have all the support from above to support us during the infiltration with the tanks, armors, infantry. It was very important, but I was so amazed that 2 weeks we couldn't see even the moon or the stars. And in 1 hour after I got the command, it was a clean sky for me and for my soldier, and it was a really self-protection from, from God. I'm believing that. We have a lot of miracles during the war, and I hope, I pray, it, it will still be like that. Nowadays, we are going to the main mission, and I'm praying, I have a big prayer, that we're going to succeed to defeat the Hamas enemy, to bring back the 48 hostages, and a little bit happiness and silence in the closest holidays that we have, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippurim, Sukkot. The Israeli state needs a little bit time to relax, to be happy. It was very bad 2 years.
Colonel Oren Zini, thank you so much for sharing all of that. Thank you for all that you are doing, fighting, commanding, leading in Gaza, leading our army in the Jewish state to absolute victory. Thank you to all of our viewers and supporters for tuning into this briefing. We will be back with you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. here in Israel. Until then, stay safe, stay strong. Take care, everyone.